Hello guys, welcome to a new episode of Matthew Sports Talk. So I was with my friends yesterday at the Score North watch party, talking to my favorite guys, Judd Zulgad, aka Sports Dad, Phil Mackey and Declan Goff, as well as Ross Brendel and AJ Fredrickson, and I showed them what I was up to here on my YouTube channel, and one thing they recommended to me was to break up my content, instead of talking about Minnesota sports all in one episode, break them up to each individual team. So talk about the Vikings, talk about the Twins, talk about the Timberwolves separately. So that's what I'm going to start doing. A lot of them are going to be what's called the state of episodes. So like this right here is the state of the Twins. So as you know, the trade deadline was yesterday. The Twins did make a move, but it wasn't the move that I think anyone was hoping for. They made a move for no-name reliever. And like I said, I was at the Score North watch party at Park Tavern yesterday, specifically to watch the Twins game, / also see what's going down at the trade deadline. And, am I surprised? No. Am I disappointed? Absolutely fucking yes. I mean, this is what triggers me. It's because of the fact the Twins currently are in playoff position. Alright? If the season were to end, if the season ended yesterday, I know they would have played the Yankees in the wild card round. Which, we all know the Twins' history against the Yankees, especially when it comes to the playoffs. It's goddamn awful. You just, as a Twins fan, you don't want to see the Yankees in the playoffs, just period. That's where it is. I mean, I know we've gotten past the part of the history of the Twins losing in the playoffs because of last season, but it's like, that's last season, okay? We're in the present, we're in the now, not in the past, we're in the now. And we have to take into the consideration of the fact that the Twins didn't win any of their games against the Yankees this season. And I'm sorry, but we got guys, our lineup is great when they're healthy. Because, Royce Lewis, he's back finally, but he's had health issues, obviously. Miranda's had health issues. Miranda almost had his head taken off the other day. Carlos Correa, once again, has dealing with that goddamn plantar fasciitis. He's on the injured list again right now. Buxton, for some reason, I'm gonna knock on wood because he's been staying healthy this season, but it's like, you always worry with him. And it's ugh. So that's the thing. Our lineup is solid when they're healthy. Now let's talk about the rotation. Because, at the end of last season, which, as you know, went well, you let Sonny Gray go. You let him go, but you didn't replace him with anyone. So at the beginning of the season, I believe our rotation was, we had Pablo Lopez, Joe Ryan, Bailey Ober, Chris Paddock, and then I forget, Louis Varland. That's right. And to me, it's like, Chris Paddock has been so injury riddled that why he's still a person that's in our rotation, I don't understand. He should be, if anything, a long reliever. Same thing with Louis Varland. He's not a starter. He's a reliever. So now we turn to the state of what the rotation is now. So first off, Pablo Lopez is having a down year, okay? So is he trustworthy? I give him at this point, a 70-30. Like 70% I trust him, 30% I don't. Then there's Joe Ryan, who has been consistent for the most part, but there has been times where he has given up runs in chunks. Bailey Ober has been the surprise, but I don't know if that's going to last, me personally. I have a feeling that he's just going to eventually have one bad performance, and that's going to screw him. Then you have Simeon Rhodes Richardson, who he's been surprisingly good, but he just crapped out on Monday night. He had a really, really bad game against the Mets. The team actually lost 15-2 or something like that. I think he gave up 5+ runs. So now you're worried that he's on the down roll. So we got Pablo, we got Ryan, we got Bailey Ober, we got Simeon Woods-Richardson, and now the 5th spot, which was occupied by Chris Paddock, is last night it was this guy, our top pitching prospect. I can't remember his name. His name is escaping me for some reason, but he was actually doing pretty good until, all of a sudden the wheels came off and stuff. And I mean, last night wasn't anything. It wasn't as bad as Monday night, but it was still a loss. It was like 2-0. It's like, seriously, guys, no offense. And this is my issue. It always seems like whenever we have a good pitching performance in a game, our offense just sucks. It's like it bugs the crap out of me. It really, really does. So yeah, like I said, the only move the Twins made at the trade deadline was for a reliever, a no-name reliever, which, and this is my thing. I talked to this with the guys at Score North, and they completely agree with me. It's like the Pohlads are slowly becoming the worst owners in Minnesota sports. Even worse than Glenn Taylor. And here's why. They have the money. They're being cheap for their own personal reasons. They have the money to invest in this team. They don't want to spend it just because of the fact, well, we're not earning money from our TV deal and stuff like that. Well, you know what? You know what I say to that? Bullshit. You guys can make the decision to invest in this team. We can have more than one superstar player on this team. Like, I was surprised for the fact that after Correa failed to sign with the Giants and then the Mets, he came back to the Twins. That surprised the hell out of me. Honest to God. But now it's like, there needs to be somebody else. Because, yes, Buxton's good, but like I said, he's had injury issues throughout pretty much his whole career. Royce Lewis is an emerging superstar. I mean, they're going to have to pay him eventually. But once again, can he stay healthy? Miranda is a solid player. You got Brooks Lee, once again, another solid player. If I were to choose my lineup right now, or just my positional players, catcher would be Ryan Jeffers, obviously. First base, Carlos Santana. He's been a stud. Second base would be Brooks Lee. Shortstop would be Correa. Third base and DH would be a switch off between Miranda and Royce Lewis. And then in the outfield, you have, honestly, Buxton. I think Kepler's gone after this year. I'm sorry. I know he's a fan favorite, but he's not consistent enough. Austin Martin has been a surprise. I would have Austin Martin be an outfielder. So then, obviously, you would want to pursue an outfielder in the offseason, unless you like Trevor Larnach, which he's good, but is he good enough to warrant being an everyday starter? Probably not. And then for your bench, you got Willie Castro, obviously, because it's like, the only reason you keep him is because he can play so many different positions, if anything. I know he was an all-star this year, but it's like, really? Come on. Christian Vasquez, I say he's gone. So you'll need a backup catcher. And then you probably need one more guy. Willie can play the outfield, but you would want to use him as a utility infielder, so you need another backup outfielder. Maybe that'd be Larnach, and then maybe you find another starter, but it's like... And then rotation-wise, I'd say, Pablo hopefully will return to his former greatness. You got Joe Ryan, who's solid. Keep Bailey Ober because, he's been doing good so far, but it's like, I worry about him. And then, Simeon Woods-Richardson probably has deserved his spot, but at the same time, like I said, he had really bad performance on Monday, so I fear he's on the downhead now. Then you just got to find that fifth guy, And hopefully, it's somebody like a Nathan Eovaldi or, like a Skubal or something like that somebody who was available at the goddamn trade deadline that the Twins could have traded for. But I think what happened was they didn't want to give up any solid prospects for a guy who was a rental. But it's like, at the same time, if you get a solid guy, he shouldn't be a rental. You could extend him. So it's like, I don't understand. And here's the thing about when it comes to baseball. Owners that invest in the team make more money because of the fact that they invest more in the team. Obviously, the team does better because you have more star players, and that leads to more revenue. This is a concept that's completely lost to the poll ads. Like I don't spend money in the team and show the fans you care. And then, who knows, the team might be a contender, which, makes a playoff run, generate. God damn it, my alarm went off. Sorry. But like I was saying, deeper playoff run, more revenue generated for you. It's like, it's a no-brainer. I just don't understand why the poll ads don't get that. So, yeah, that's the state of the Twins for you. So yeah, in a little bit I'll record a state of the Vikings for you. Then I'll do an episode that's not really a state of the Timberwolves, but it's more of the state of Anthony Edwards, and talking about how his performance is going at the Olympics. So yep, stay tuned, guys. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. All right, see ya.